Okay, I think that it's a good stage for us to get started. So, welcome everyone. It's very good to have you with us. Um, Again, I want to start by first of all apologizing for our delays both today and yesterday. I can say that X decided to really struggle us, and that was an experience. But thank God, at least we have this platform where we can communicate and we can host this AMA. So thank you everyone for joining. It's the first ever Gems Trade AMA. We're super excited. It's a very big moment for us as we take another step forward with the development of our newest exchange. First, I want to give a big shout out to our team that some of them are also here at this AMA. Omri Hanover, our head of BD, Yossi Iluz, head of product, James Hobson, our head of operation. It's very good to have you with us. I'm Liron Richmond, I'm the head of marketing, and I'll be your host for this AMA. So at this AMA, we'll dive into our roadmap. It was very important for us to bring you transparency and to go over what we are planning for 2025. We'll talk on what's coming next for Gems Trade, how it's going to level up the trading experience, both for the Gems community and for traders in general. Now, for the AMA, we have we granted the community basically the option to submit questions and to bring up any kind of subjects and topics that they want to go over and they want us to address. And we will do just that. We will try to go as many questions as we can. We collected them through our Telegram community group, which is an amazing opportunity to tell you all, if you haven't joined our TG group, this is the right time to get it done. If you have a question that you feel that is not being answered, drop it there and we'll do our best to get to it. If not here, we will make sure to reply privately. So before we're going to dive into the 2025 roadmap together with Omri, it was very important for us to share an update regarding our management. Our dear CEO, Avi Iluz, which probably most of you know and familiar with, is taking a leave of absence to focus on personal matters. Obviously, we'll share more details in our Telegram community channel and on LinkedIn quite soon. With that being said, it was very important for Avi to make sure to bring the message that he would remain an active part of Gems Trade and will continue to advise and support the platform throughout the time. So stepping into Avi's lead is the talented Omri Hanover, which is our head of BD. Omri is with Gems Trade from day one. He's fully committed to continue the mission, making Gems Trade a go-to exchange for both users and projects. So let's get right into it. Omri, I hope you're ready. Any opening words you would like to share?
Sure. Yeah. So, hello everyone. I'm very excited to be here. It's great to have you all here with us with this AMA. As Liran mentioned, my name is Omri Hanover. Some of you know me probably from the Launchpad. I used to be in the Launchpad, and then I moved to the Gems Trade, to the exchange. Basically, as a GM, the new GM of Gems Trade, I have only one mission, simple mission, to keep pushing this exchange forward and to make it successful platform for all Gems community, and of course for everyone else that are looking for innovative trading experience.
Wonderful. So first of all, I know you for quite a long time. I'm pretty sure you're going to do great at your position. I can't wait to see your results. And I feel like this is a good time to dive right in. So as I mentioned before, the main point of having this AMA today is to hear you out and to address the question that you have. But for us at Gems Trade, it's super important to stay true to our core value of transparency, of openly sharing information. And this is why it was super crucial for us to present for you, for the community, specifically for everyone else in general, the 2025 roadmap. The roadmap would basically is a milestone for us to achieve our goals and achieve our KPIs and to make sure that we are presenting a valuable project for everyone to enjoy, and especially you guys from the community. So throughout the roadmap, you would learn what you can expect, what would be new, and what we are working on next. So I feel like it would be a good thing to start with Q1, which we are currently almost wrapping. We are almost concluding Q1. So I can say that we are finalizing the last security checks before going live, completing the last bug fixes that really makes the difference between a good product and a wonderful product. And then we're ready to go live. Omri, I would like you to say a few words on what should people expect for this launch.
Sure. So, well, this launch will be quite important for the whole ecosystem, as this another celebration for all gems. So another segment that is here to serve all of us, like all the ecosystem. Now, it's important for me to be honest and say that regardless of being a secure sex platform, even if we will launch an exact copy of other exchange, like let's say Binance or OKX, for example, we wouldn't beat them in their own game. Our power is being a startup sex. Our advantage comes from innovation and not imitation. We may not be the biggest, but we will be the most refined and high quality platform.
And that's super, super, super interesting what you're saying here. And first of all, I'm super excited and I can't wait for all of you guys to see what we worked on for so long. But what you just said about Binance was a very good point, and I do want to address it because we discussed it a few times, both of us. And wherever I meet people or when I engage with our community, I always get these questions of like, how are you gonna beat Binance? How are you gonna beat OKX? And I was always trying to like, it's like David and Goliath. It's like you are this small fighting against giants out there. And then I understood something that is just connecting to what you're saying is that we're not here to beat anyone. We're not here to win a competition. We're here to challenge. We're here to challenge the big industry players, but also the small industry players. And we really want to bring as much creativity and innovation that we can to the table because we believe that that's the winning factor when you bring creativity into something that you almost think that it's kind of like solved and people know how to trade and this platform running for so many years now. We bring a new breathe, a new air, a new smell that would hopefully will change and level up the trading experience.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. But actually, it's not all for Q1 because we're also coming with the referral program that you all probably know how it works. You invite friends and you get rewarded. But more than that, it's about growing our community together. Like the stronger our network, the bigger the opportunities. So spread the word and bring the people in and maximize your reward as well.
Yes, and I just want to add up, Omri, on what you're saying right now. We really, really, really need you. This is your time, the community. You've been with us through day one. You've been with us through better, through worse. And we want you, once the trade, the exchange would be live, we really want you to take the time to learn the platform, understand how it works. Of course, you're not alone. We are walking with you side by side. We're not gonna let you wander solo. We are here to support and to help, but we really want you to discover your new trading home. And this is how we address the exchange. It's not just another exchange or just another segment of GEM's ecosystem. It's your trading house. We want you to feel as much as comfortable as you can. We want you, of course, to trade as much as you can, but mostly we want to see you gaining success and satisfaction from this platform that we put our heart and soul to. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. That's for sure. Okay, let's jump for Q2. Omri, what can you tell us about this milestone?
Okay, so this is where things get really interested. Keep it close eye. during this period because like exciting features coming on your way. One of the biggest of like the main goal for Q2 is the feature called basket. So try to imagine that instead of buying cryptocurrency in one by one, basket let you buy them in a set amount, let's say $10,000, and instantly purchase a select of tokens in single transaction. For example, with one click, you could mix like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ton, and other coins, and all with one click.
So that's super, super interesting, but I want you to take it a bit closely and explain
Sure.
to us how it works.
Right. So basically, we will offer a various basket options created by our team and also like the market trends. So let's say we will have basket of top 100 tokens. That's the basket, a basket features that most popular cryptocurrency in the market. Or we can do it as a category-based basket. Let's say AI tokens, meme coins, gaming project, and other topics. And also exclusive selection designed to help like traders to discover new trading opportunities. It's like going to be very nice.
Yeah, and I know the functionality of the basket feature is so unique, but beside of being as unique as it is, when you think this through, the basket features really save you a lot of time and a lot of hassling. For me personally, it's always, if you're not on the top of your game and you're always checking what's going on and you're always following the right people and the right website, if you don't do that, you're just gambling on choosing what sounds nice or what token looks pretty in my eye. I mean, eventually there is a reason why this token succeed, and we want to provide it to the community. We want you to gain access. Just like with the Launchpad, we are exposing the community to potential opportunities with crypto projects. We want to do the same with tokens. If we're going to see that there is a token that is succeeding or is trending or is hyping right now, we want to give it to the community. And with that, we're really aligning with that's how I see it, but we're really aligning with our mission, which is making crypto trading more accessible, more strategic, and seamless, which is everything from marketing perspective, at least. Also
That's
for
right.
Q2, there is something that is super, super interesting that I'm going to give a little teaser, and I want you to take it forward from there. But we are preparing for something big for Q2, a program we call PBAP, which is our Project Buyback Burn Affiliate Program. Now, I know it's a big name, it's a long name. And if any of you have a better name to suggest, send it on our community channel, and who knows, maybe this program would be named after you. But let's dive a bit deeper to this program. Tell us, Omri, what is PBAP all about?
So this complicated name, the PBAP. Well, it's like a feature. It's very interested. It's in the project side. We're looking at the project as kind of an affiliate. That means that the project will get a unique code, and every account registered by this code who will trade in the project token, the project will get an affiliate rewards, and those rewards automatically will buy the project token and burn them. So that's going to help the project also and for the community, for his community.
Right. So just to make it clear, because when I heard this, when you told me about this program, I remember how my eyes opened, and I remember that I said, okay, now we have something. So it's very important for me to stay there for one more minute and explaining it deeper. But to make clear, the whole program is gaining project the opportunity to gain more value to their tokens just by engaging with the community, meaning that each trade my community would do throughout my link would basically gain me more value to my token. So it's a huge opportunity for projects to engage with their community, to drive trading activity, which is good for us, obviously, and boost the token value. So there is a circle here that is benefiting the projects, benefiting the traders, and from my vision, The most important is our community, which would really gain value from this program. So I do want to add up that during Q2, we would also be rolling out our affiliate program for the GEMS community leaders, which would follow by the launch of our fresh mobile app. So yeah, I feel like Q2 would be hectic. I'm not taking any days off. Uh, for Q3, Omri, what can you share with us?
All right. So during Q3, we'll also bring more traditional trading features like copy trading. And also you will be able to issue like a prepaid card, like a credit card, a prepaid card that through the Gems Trade platform. It's a prepaid crypto card that make the transaction seamless. It's like very nice opportunity.
Right. And just as I said before, it aligns amazingly with our mission, which is creating a smoother, a way more advanced trading experience. One that feels, as I said before, something that would make you feel like home. We really want you to feel like home. We want you to be comfortable. Now, I know I'm biased, obviously, but this is a really cool feature that I can say that if I had this feature a year ago, I would be in a whole different situation. So this is Q3, and slowly but surely we're getting closer to wrap up 2025. What would be for the last quarter, Omri?
Right. So in the last quarter of 2025, we'll bring up a full year of development and platform upgrades, of course, that we will collect for during all the whole year, and get some big trading features like futures and staking program that definitely going to catch your eyes. Now, obviously, it's still a bit early to dive into details, but when the time will be right, we will update regarding specific features that we will have.
That's nice. And basically, going through Q1, 2, 3, 4, one can imagine that 2025 would be a big year for the GEMS community and for the GEMS ecosystem. And one thing that is super important for me and for the whole team to point is that we are never and will never stop learning. Our learning curve would always be positive. We would listen to your feedback constantly, the community feedback, projects feedback, ecosystem feedback. And this is exactly what we would do all the time. We would fix ourselves and we would learn and we would grow and we would better as a trading platform, as an ecosystem, and as a community. We're committed to implementing change fixes. We're working with the best vendors to help us dance with the highest standards when it comes to security, custody. We actually, and this is a bit unfortunate, but we actually we're supposed to have Haran Shalev from Fireblocks, which is a very close vendor of ours that we're working with for
This is
security,
our custody.
for security and custody, as I wanted to say. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. We'll try to arrange another session with them where he can give some more insight about Fireblocks as a company. But it's very important for us to give you a product, the community, a product that we can be proud of and that you can be proud of. Gems Trade is here to change the way you engage, trade, work with crypto world. I'm wishing us all to succeed in our mission, to succeed in our goals. I believe our mission is your mission, and vice versa. And I feel like it's a good time right before we're going to move through the question that we're having from the audience. If one of the team members who joined us here want to add something from your side. Okay.
No, I think we can dive to the questions.
Perfect. So as I mentioned before, we have collected your questions from our Telegram group. There were quite a lot of questions, so I really hope we would manage to go through all of them. But if not, as I said before, each question that was submitted would receive a full answer through our community channel or through email. Okay, So we have a question from Dre1357 who's asking this. Why should a person prefer gems trade over the multiple sex already existing? Which is your strategy to have a great amount of customer using your sex? So that's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful question. And I'll take this one if you don't mind, Omri, because it really brings me back to our roadmap and what we mentioned at Q2, I think it was, that we said that eventually we know who are the players in this ecosystem. And our strategy, it's not to go like this with them. It's not to go head against the wall. We are not here to beat them. We're not here to win them over. We don't want to become the next Binance or the next OKX. We have our own missions and our own goals. And the only way that we can bypass them in terms of trust, popularity, community orientation, it's just throughout our creativity, our open mind, the way that we are always thinking outside of the box, the way that we always putting our community interests first, and we're not forgetting the project that we're working with. We're not a factory. We're not a slot machine. We're not a casino. We are a trading platform that stands on very strong values, and we want you to have the same interest. And once we're going to create this interest, this is what would bring more users in, and this is what would bring more traders in. And eventually, and this throws me to what I said throughout this AMA about being a house for the community. Because if you're going to ask someone who have an account with Binance or with OKX or with whatever exchange you can think of, why you have an account with them specifically? So some of them would say the UX, some of them would say their liquidity, some of them would say whatever. But if you would sum up the reason, you would see that everyone stays with the same exchange for the same reasons. There's nothing that much from one exchange to the other one that sets them apart. What sets these exchanges apart? It's the sense of ownership, of community, of that feeling of being part of a house. I'm feeling comfortable with the platform I'm working with. And this is what we put our extra mile on, making the UX and UI suitable, making the security as the highest standard to make sure to protect our community. And obviously with major marketing efforts like events and meetups and more AMAs as this one and other campaign that we're planning to run, this cumulative program and plan would bring more users and more traders, hopefully, to the exchange. I hope that I managed to answer this one right. Dre, if you're here or if you're listening to this one, let me know on private what you think. And I think we're ready to,
Interesting.
yeah.
In additional for this, Liran, we can say that we are working very, very, very hard to get a good, very good project to be listed and like token to be listed on our exchange, and they will come with their community, and of course that people that will want to trade those tokens will need to come to Jazz because at least at the beginning we will try to get some project to be only on Gems for some period of time, so it will bring some user from also other
Absolutely.
communities.
Absolutely. And I think I would add up to what you're saying is that we would continuously working on two main pillars, which is projects and users and traders. And just like the PBAP program of the buyback burn for project that we are offering, if I am a project that is looking to be listed, and I'm not a big, magnificent, and very rich with deep, deep liquidity and a lot of cash running, which I don't know any project like that out there. Um, I want to be comfortable and I want to know that my value would be taken care of. And I'm not just another asset on your portfolio. And that would bring more projects, which obviously would bring more users and their communities. And we would grow exponentially, hopefully. And from the other side, we have also the traders and the users. Having a feature like Basket, I would leave everything that I have in Binance or OKX or whatever just to try this one feature because Me personally, I love crypto. I never run fast enough. And in this industry, you have to run as fast as you can. It's running a marathon, but running it as you would run a sprint. You would run it very fast for a very long time. And not everyone has this orientation. So having features like basket is something that for me, it's a game changer. All right. Let's move to the next. I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing your name. It's Nautilus NT1. And he's asking, will there be futures in GEMS trade? So, Omri, I would love you to answer
Yeah,
this.
I
Tell
can
it.
take it. I think that we spoke about it at the roadmap. So yeah, futures we are planning to have it in Q4 of 2025. So it's gonna be
Amazing.
like in about.
Yeah. And Omri, can you maybe, for those who doesn't know exactly what future means, can you explain in a sentence what it's all about?
Uh, 1 second. The future. I mean, sorry, I had some technical issue with my headphone. I didn't hear. Um, Basically, everybody know future. And it's like other exchanges just to trade with the future orders.
That's very nice. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Let's move on to Nona Mess, who's asking this. It's actually, I'm gonna ask the question, but it's something we already answered to. But she's asking, I have funds in Binance. Why should I move funds to Gems Trade? So forget the reason that we are wonderful and joyful and nice people. But besides that, as I mentioned before, you should keep your funds with Binance or you should not keep your funds. We are not coming here to say we are better than. We're not better than Binance. We're not better than OKX. We are better every day um, than ourselves. Every day we become better. Every day we provide a much more holistic trading platform that would make you feel like home. You would always have someone to speak with, to ask advice, take advice from. We are a community. Having funds with Binance, if it works for you, that's wonderful. For me, it's like throwing a penny in the ocean. You are one person out of so many out there, and your interests would not always be taken care of the way you would expect. So again, I really want to avoid a position where I'm saying I'm better than someone else. I feel like everyone are good at what they do and everyone are working hard to become better than what they were. But I can say that with Gems Trade, our creativity, our innovation, our inner fire to become better and to be good. From my experience, it's something that I haven't noticed anywhere else. So that's about this question. Okay, another question, and this is actually a good question. Omri, I think you should take it, but whatever you think. This comes from Sonny Claire. He's asking, James token is helpful to become a golden user to get discounts on pre-sales. Do you plan to add an additional utility to James specifically for Gems trade, for example, lower trading fees, etc.? Now, before you're going to take this, I want to give another shout out to Adan, which is the head of marketing of Gems Launchpad, who's joining us. The connection, maybe Omri, you can also say a word about that, but the connection between Launchpad and trade is seamless. It's one road that users and traders walking together, leading them to the next step and the next step and the next step.
Right.
So,
Uh,
Omri.
Right. As you mentioned in the beginning, so Gems Trade is part of the Gems ecosystem and to bring more value to our community. So if you are a project or if you are a user, you can find yourself anywhere. It's going to be in the Launchpad or in the trade. You can start, to invest early invest in free TG in the launchpad, and then you can trade those tokens and gems trade. So of course we are the same ecosystem, the same gems. And now regarding the question that the guys asked about the golden users, so yes, of course, the golden user of the launchpad will get also discount in the trading fee on gems trade. We will publish the exact numbers and the percentage, but they definitely going to get some discount, like a
That's very
huge
nice.
discount. I mean, yeah, so
Yeah,
different.
I feel like this question is actually a good question, but I do want to remind people that it's very, very, very early stage. And a lot, everything, even if now things seems unclear or you don't have the full image or the full picture, um, reassure yourself that you will have that. And we work day and night making sure that we do everything as fast as we can, but we're not compromising on quality. We're not compromising on security, and we are mostly not compromising on providing information and then changing it right away. We really want to be to minimize these fractures as much as we can. Okay, next. This one I think goes to Yossi, our head of product. This one from Merit1243. And he's or she's asking what sets James Trade apart from other exchanges in terms of security and user experience. So Yossi, this one's for you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Yossi from the product department. Let's say when a new crypto exchange enter to the market, it must offer a unique value that setting apart from the competition. We are dealing with two things on your question. I want to talk about the user experience and the security. From user experience, we want to make the crypto trading simple and intuitive. We work hard on a clean, user-friendly interface that also a user that deal with crypto for the first time will have a smooth first day in an exchange. We want to work on fast and a seamless registration and verification. We work with one of the best vendor in the market that called SamSub for fast KYC process. I want to talk about fast trading. We have one-click trading for the basket feature that Omri talked about earlier. And the customer support that we have, that it's very, very, very unique. Everything will be very, very fast. And you will see the platform. You will see the UI and the UX when we go live and see that it's something that you never see before. Let's move on to the cyber security area. We're gonna work with Fireblocks while using the MPC wallet technology for a secure transaction. Of course, cold storage for maximum protection of client assets. We have a real-time cyber monitoring for protecting the platform. Zero trust security model, and AML for a transaction. More or less, that's cover all the security area. That's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Yossi. Thank you for that. And I do want to add on what Yossi's mentioned is that from marketing perspective, you kind of like see how all the departments work together, and I'm kind of like in between everyone. And I can say that the amount of security measurements that the team is taking in order to really meet the standard, and I can say that the standard that the team is meeting, it's not the regular standard. It's the regular standard X10. I mean, it's very important for us as a platform to not risk first and foremost, you people, the community, the users, the traders, and ourselves as well. We really want to make sure, and especially of everything that happened last week with Bybit, I would say at this forum that we are standing by them, sending our support, but we want to make sure that we take these lessons and we learn from them. And again, as I said about our learning curve, we always put this in our minds. Okay, moving on. We have another question. We do have a little bit more time. So let's take one from Marat971. And he or she's asking, can you share any details about upcoming features or token listing in 2025? So I feel like we covered about what features you should expect for 2025, but maybe Omri, you can say a few words about listing processes.
Right. So, as I mentioned before, it's not a negotiate, but we are dealing with few projects to list in on our exchange. We're trying to do it, of course, in Q2 as we go live. I cannot say names or stuff like that, but we are working on that. We have a huge business development section that's working specific for this issue.
Very nice. Okay. Let's move on to Fast 2000. And the question is, how does GEMS trading ensure transparency and fairness in trading? That's a wonderful question.
I'll
James,
take I'll take that one. Yeah, because it's very close to my heart, and it's part of the reason I actually joined the Gems Trained community. So yeah, transparency and fairness is something we work very, very hard to achieve. Yeah, I know it's very, very important to users and to the community. Like I said, it's part of the reason that I came on board. So what I can say on that is, yeah, we are working with, my colleagues have already mentioned, that we are working with only the top tier one providers. So our partners are the likes of SumSub from a KYC perspective. They are chain analysis for a transaction monitoring point of view. We're working with Fireblocks from the custodian point of view. The liquidity providers that we're working with again they're all tier one companies. So from the sort of transparency and fairness, it's exactly what we're not holding anything back from the companies that we're working with and partnering with. I think from the front end side of the exchange as well, we're showing a very, very clear order book. We're showing all of the transaction history. We are publishing all of the fees, as Omri said earlier on. So you can clearly see from the very beginning, this is what the fees are for the exchange. And then also on top of that, we are regulated. So we haven't gone down the road of sort of self-regulation. We've taken the VASP license, so we are regulated. We are we are working to all the latest regulations, licenses, etc., etc. We are in the process of trying to gain more licenses, more regulation, more licenses to work in different areas, different locations as well. So as we've all said earlier on, or as Laurent mentioned, we are working to a standard and then going above that standard. Because from my perspective, like I said, I've worked both professionally and personally within the sort of crypto space since about 2013, and sort of going back to some of these questions as well as why would you work with Binance, or why would you move funds from Binance? I've worked in these big corporate entities, and what attracts me to GEMS and to this team and to this solution is fairness, the transparency, and it's the user approach and the customer centric approach. I think that is very, very important for us all.
Absolutely. I can relate. And one thing that I want to add up on what you're saying, and I feel like we didn't really talk this through at the beginning, but the fact that we are regulated prior of us operating already, that's a major anchor for me in terms of security, because you can always go live and be in the process of being regulated. But for us, it was super important. First of all, let's get regulated, then let's move on. And obviously, we are, as James mentioned, we are applying to different other regulators in different geographical locations. But again, security, transparency, fairness, it not only that this is the reason why we're having this AMA, but it's something that it's values that would really walk with us throughout our operation here. So we have time for two, Omri, two or three more questions. How many do you wish? We cannot hear you.
I say let's start to answer and let's see how long we're gonna have.
Okay.
The answers, I mean.
Okay, so the next one we have is from, wow, guys, your name here are as challenging as Twitter, but the name is Length Flight or something like that. It's a nickname, obviously, but the question is, will there be any reward program or incentives for early adopters? The answer is yes. We will have several programs. Okay, let's divide this to two. We will have programs that will work with us throughout the whole way. Programs like referral program, which you are familiar with. You get a code, you send it to your friend, he joins, and you get rewarded for that. But besides of that, we are planning to have a lot of bounties, different community activities. I don't want to give anything prematurely, but keep an eye open and you will see big stuff coming your way. Next question is from Reza Darzi. And they're asking this. The first question is this, but there's only one question. So if you're here, send us the second one. But the question is this: it's actually a definite day. Is there actually a definite date to create an exchange before Q1 2025, or are you going to surprise like before and change the date? So I'm not sure. Where or from who you got the date, but we are planning to launch before the end of Q1. As I said before, and maybe Omri or Yossi can add up to me, but we are working around the clock. And I've seen many situations where the team said we can go live, but we won't do that. And this is something that I appreciate. And I'm bringing this as the head of marketing because usually marketing are not as invested to the technology as the other team members. And I can say that over here, observing their work and observing how they are treating this exchange, the wait would be worth it. And that's something I can say. Omri, you want to add anything else?
Maybe Yossi can elaborate more, but yeah, like we had a few times the opportunity, like the dev team said, okay, we are ready, but we deep and dive to the smallest part of the platform just to make sure that the user experience is the best we can get, the security is the best we can get, and also to achieve the basically the innovation that we are trying to get.
Yes, I want to add something about that. For me, as a product manager, we will go live that everything will play in harmony. The UI, the UX, the security, that our end customer will get the best experience that they can get from us as an exchange.
Okay, wonderful. I'm debating myself if we should take one more. Okay, there is actually a good one, which is a nice question to finish with. But we have one from Peter Joshua asking, will GEMS token be listed on GEMS Trade?
If GEMS token will be listed in GEMS Trade?
I feel like the answer is obviously.
Of course, yeah. GEMS token will be on GEMS Trade. That's going to be our native token. So for sure, it's going to be on GEMS Trade. Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so we did receive a few more questions, but I feel like it would be a good time to wrap this AMA, and we will make sure to answer each of every question on our TG on our Telegram community group. So make sure to join if you want to receive the answer. This is where you can find it. And
Maybe we can gather all those questions together and just publish something for the
that's
community with
also
all the
That's also
answers.
an idea. That's also an idea. But I will say that our community is quite fun. So join. Don't be a stranger. I wanna thank everyone who joined. I wanna thank my wonderful, amazing team that is here. I really hope you found this AMA informative. I hope that you are getting ready and you are getting excited towards the launch of Gems Trade is right around the corner. I know you've heard that quite some time, but hopefully now you understand the reasons. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and hopefully we'll meet each other very, very soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you.
Liran, and all my team. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.